Could Britney Spears, Beyonce, Shia LaBeouf, and many other names all be hiding the same dark secret? One that is spoken of in hushed whispers in the entertainment industry. In the early 50s, the CIA began a highly secretive and nefarious mind control project known as MKUltra, and later Monarch. Its goal? To gain complete control over the human mind. Signs of this controversial mind control project soon began showing up among some of the nation's best-known stars. Today, actors, musicians, politicians, and even professional athletes are said to be under this form of trauma-based, total mind control.
MKUltra mind control rules in Hollywood.
But what are the signs? What should you look for? Could there be more than meets the eye to some weird celebrity behavior? Join me as we break down 6 signs of Monarch mind control. Bizarre meltdowns, shady handlers, and alternate personalities. Are these just the antics of attention-seeking celebrities, or could they be the signs of something more sinister? Celebrities often have little control over their own lives. Once a star gets big enough, they're no longer a person, but a controlled asset of the Illuminati, to distract the masses and push the elite's nefarious agenda. Indeed, as we shall see, many stars openly demonstrate their total enslavement through symbolism and subtle hints, as if silently screaming for help. Behind the glamour and fake tabloid drama lies a dark world of shadowy puppet masters, ritual abuse, and manipulation.
I have information from various sources that many prominent individuals, including actors, actresses, professional football and baseball players, are involved in these type activities.
The first sign that your favorite pop star might be under mind control is the presence of mysterious, shadowy controllers known as handlers. No figure in the realm of MKUltra lore sparks more speculation than the elusive handler. Notable figures from Ellen DeGeneres to Bob Hope have been alleged to be handlers. Often disguised as security or entourage members, handlers manage an MKUltra slave on behalf of whatever secret society or intelligence agency they belong to. These individuals are entrusted with special code words and triggers to control the slave, ensuring victims are in the right places when required and calling forth the correct alters.
The idea that a personality inside, say again, there's 35 personalities inside, they all have triggers or names and codes and so forth, and a handler knows this. They may have a little black book or on computer disk, whatever, probably encrypted or whatever, but they know that they know who to, when they contact. Now we've seen it where they've called and played dial tones over the phone, and that is triggered out, or a phrase, or even a card sent in the mail. Or timed triggers. When 11 o'clock hits, another personality would come up and take over the body and take the body out to a ritual site or to a handler. So inside personalities, runners and informers, and those who have been created to be bonded with handlers.
MKUltra victims are trauma bonded to their handlers, meaning they will view them with a sense of affection. If a celebrity victim has a breakdown or switches alters unexpectedly, the handler is there to put them back in line. When MK slaves reach a certain age, they sometimes are given the opportunity to become handlers themselves, offering them a chance to regain some of the power they lost and fulfilling the victim-to-abuser cycle. Handlers ensure the slave is kept in a bubble, isolated from any outside influences. During a lawsuit, it was revealed that Britney Spears' one-time handler, Sam Lufty, cut the phone lines and removed all cell phone chargers at the singer's mansion.
The term handler, as a handler, this person who, or individual, or half-demon sort of person, would inflict control upon your life. Who is controlling them?
The handlers that I had were associated with the CIA, but most of all, my owner in MK Ultra Mind Control was U.S. Senator Robert C. Byrd. And Senator Byrd directed my activities. He's the one who decided who my handlers would be. And he chose different handlers for certain purposes. My first handler, for example, was for trauma. My second handler was primarily for being able to travel throughout the United States and the Caribbean and Mexico, Canada, and the country music industry. So he chose them according to what they could provide. And as a handler, they followed Senator Byrd's orders, but they were already still associated with the CIA.
These Svengali figures have long been a staple of Hollywood stardom. Legendary entertainer Bob Hope has been alleged by multiple victims to be a handler himself.
After I fled from California, I began having vivid, detailed memories of being used as a sex slave to some of our nation's highest-level government officials and top entertainment professionals, such as my owner, Bob Hope. Frank Sinatra was Bob Hope's friend, and he actually was the person that was in charge of me a lot when I was in Las Vegas on assignment.
The band Muse, whose lyrics often contain references to government conspiracies and occult ideas, wrote a song about MK Ultra handlers called Handler. The music video is filled with MK Ultra monarch symbolism. One telltale sign of mind control is the glitch or malfunction. These bizarre mess-ups are usually caught on live TV or captured by private cameras. Most celebrity appearances are carefully planned / rehearsed by agents and publicists, making sure not to hurt the star's brand. However, no technology is perfect, and sometimes an entertainer's mind control breaks down during the live appearance, and we get a glimpse of the truly bizarre behavior these people demonstrate behind closed doors.
I was a little down. I found out I was injured and I had to have surgery again, or with another knee. But at the end of the day, I have amazing teammates. Guys like Draymond, everybody on this team.
Feeling great. I feel nervous, a little bit overwhelmed. I feel a little shaky. I don't know what's wrong with me. No, but it's good. No, it's good. You're gonna be good. It's a good feeling.
People of Australia and of our show, we were very empathetic about what happened and very sort of horrified. And so we were wondering, how is everyone going and how's Kim doing?
What? Okay.
I'm sorry, is there someone talking to you?
Yes, sorry.
Sorry about that. So I just was wondering how everyone's doing. Hello, Courtney, have we lost you?
A glitch typically occurs when a victim suddenly switches to another alter. Sometimes a trigger word is unwittingly used and they are suddenly thrown into another mode, so to speak. The most famous live glitch was Al Roker's notorious freezing incident during a taping of The Today Show.
Lauer and Al Roker, will someone do the junior high hug? It's like this. You gotta make it real awkward.
That's exactly how
you have to have a certain amount of distance between the bodies
exactly.
in junior high.
Yes, like they say in Catholic school, leave room for the Holy Ghost. Anyway, there is a lot of memories today, actually. It's a big day in music history.
35 years ago today, Elvis Presley passed away.
Another sign of MK Ultra is the existence of alternate identities, and while this condition may be relatively rare in the normal world, it's surprisingly common in the twisted realm of the entertainment industry. Beyoncé has Sasha Fierce, Nicki Minaj has Roman Zelensky, and Britney Spears has a British-speaking alter.
Roman is a crazy boy who lives in me, and he says the things that I don't want to say. I think he was born out of rage. He was conceived in rage.
It must be nice to have like an ignorant loudmouth who you can just sort of blame every...
He wants to be blamed. I don't want to blame him. I ask him to leave, but he can't. He's here for a reason. People have brought him out. People conjured him up. Now he won't leave.
You know, it's really amazing. I can't describe it. It's just something that takes over me, and we named it Sasha because it's like two different people for me. And I love performing, but I think I'm a little boring in real life.
You're not
and
boring.
if people saw that, they'd be like, okay, why did I pay my money to see this show? So I've kind of created this character, and I lose myself completely. I don't even remember what I do when I'm performing.
With Britney Spears, so you just do the same thing. Go to YouTube, Britney Spears, alter ego, and she's coming along in a car. She's leaning out the window, and she's got a pink wig on, and she's talking in a British accent, and she says that she has no idea who this guy is that the reporters have asked her about, who's her boyfriend that she'd been dating for like the last 6 weeks or something.
Huh.
And the paparazzi say they always know they're in for a show when she comes out with the pink wig on. But then shortly after that, she's interviewed, she's not wearing the pink wig, she's not talking in a British accent, and she says, well, yeah, that guy's my boyfriend, I know him.
Different alters are used for the various roles they will perform for their masters. The most prevalent and identifiable alter represented among entertainers is the beta sex kitten alter. Betas are sexual slaves. This programming erases all learned moral convictions and stimulates the primitive sexual instinct, devoid of reservations or inhibitions. Sex kitten symbolism is a staple of monarch mind control and is found with disturbing frequency in mass media and pop culture.
And something that I learnt about is another expression of MK Ultra style mind control programming, which goes alongside monarch programming. It's known as beta sex kitten programming, and it's symbolized by big cats. So when you see leopards or tigers or lions, any other members of the big cat family, it's often a symbolic rendering of the presence of this particular style of programming.
And a lot of these personalities will not live in reality. They live in a total science fiction world. They've been dehumanized. Here's how one of Cisco's alters perceived herself.
There are some physical indicators of someone having been a victim of MK Ultra mind control. Have you ever noticed that some people have one eye that appears wider or more pronounced than the other? According to author and researcher Fritz Springmeier, this can be an indicator. Another is blonde hair. For some reason, blonde hair plays an important role in the realm of the elite. Many stars under MK Ultra mind control are forced to dye their hair or wear a blonde wig. After a meltdown, Britney Spears shaved her blonde hair off in an attempt to prevent further abuse.
Bradley, did she say why? I mean, did she offer any information?
They asked why she wanted to shave her head, and she said, I don't want anyone touching me. I'm tired of everybody touching me. Another employee there told Us Magazine she wasn't making sense at all, and you could tell she's not in a good place at all, and that she's totally freaking out.
In the shadow world of the Illuminati, symbolism is the secret language that unites insiders. Monarch mind control is no exception, possessing its own unique codes of signs and symbols that to the outsider may seem irrelevant, but those in the know will immediately recognize. The most obvious reference is the monarch butterfly itself, which has become a de facto symbol for victims of this type of mind control, and is found throughout the entertainment industry, from movies to album covers.
On my dress, there's a lot of butterflies. There's a lot of symbolism. You gotta just kind of catch it. We're trying to put a lot of subliminal things in there too.
Victims identify with butterflies because of the fluttering feeling that accompanies dissociation. Wizard of Oz and Alice in Wonderland are standard monarch programming scripts, and as such, each has come to represent mind control. The music video for Don't Come Around Here No More by Tom Petty is full of Alice in Wonderland MK Ultra symbolism. Also, notice the eerie similarity to Marina Abramovic's cake parties. Mirrors represent the multiple personalities living inside the victim.
This is a video for Duel by the German group Propaganda. And the shocking thing about this video is not that they're performing on a black and white checkerboard floor, there's nothing bloody surprising about that at all, but we get it later on in the video, round about midway, where for no apparent reason you get this young girl in a nightdress and she's getting accosted and molested by this sea of hands. They're all reaching out and touching her, and she's clearly, traumatized by the situation. What you then get is a picture of this young girl in her nightdress in the frame of a mirror. That then changes very quickly to the lead singer of Propaganda in the same mirror, and then it turns into an old lady who's holding a doll, and she uses the doll to smash the mirror. What we're seeing here is a depiction of lifelong satanic ritual abuse going from childhood all the way through to old age. And when you see shattered mirrors, like I said, it's indicating the presence of a shattered, fractured personality as a result of traumatic programming.
Another key symbol for this type of mind control is black and white, usually in either stripes or a checkerboard pattern. This represents the dualistic world in which slaves live. Many slaves or handlers will be dressed in black and white. Diamonds represent a presidential model, the highest level beta sex slave. Marilyn Monroe was the first presidential model, and as such, many MK entertainers pay homage to her in some way. Mickey Mouse ears are also symbolic of MK Ultra mind control, as a reference to Disney programming. The final sign to look for is the meltdown and reprogramming.
Public unraveling of yet another child star. This is Amanda Bynes we're talking about.
Around age 27 to 28, natural changes in the brain's chemistry cause the programming to break down, which can create extremely erratic behavior. This is what is referred to as a meltdown. A meltdown may evolve over the course of several months. Britney Spears, Amanda Bynes, Shia LaBeouf, and Katy Perry are just a few of the celebs who have been said to have had an MK Ultra meltdown. Victims may begin remembering and want to rebel from his or her handler. Usually the victim is brought in for reprogramming, sometimes under the guise of rehab, or maybe they just disappear for a while. The only tweet from Lindsay Lohan during her 2013 rehab stint was a cryptic reference to Wizard of Oz and Somewhere Over the Rainbow.
Google, live to you. Facebook, live to you.
After Kanye West's onstage rant back in 2016, the Grammy-winning artist was hauled away, handcuffed to a gurney. Could he have been secretly taken to a reprogramming center? Many theorists say yes, and point to Kanye's odd behavior and dyed blonde hair upon his return.
Tell me about Kanye. How's he doing? Have you seen him lately?
Went to his house. I was gonna go back last week, but we couldn't get together. He had some other stuff he had to do, but I've been to his house, sat down with him for about 6-7 hours, and just walking through his health and recovery. His memory's coming back. Yeah, his memory's coming back. Yeah, his memory's coming back, which is super good. And just healing.
We're used to a little bizarre behavior from celebs, but how much is really a sign of something darker? In Hollyweird, nothing is as it seems, and the signs of MK Ultra are everywhere. From alter personalities and shadowy controllers, to troubling glitches and meltdowns, Roseanne certainly wasn't lying when she stated MK Ultra rules in Hollywood. Please let me know what you think in the comments section. I always look forward to reading your comments, and be sure to let me know which public figures you think might be under MK Ultra mind control. If you enjoyed this video, please give me a like and subscribe, and if you haven't already, be sure to hit the bell. I want to give a big shout out to my patrons over at Patreon for supporting this channel and videos like these. You allow me to do what I do, and I'm deeply grateful for that. Thank you. And if you would like to become a Patreon and gain access to some videos that aren't on my YouTube channel, click the link in the description below.